The union observed that Part 3 of the bill on the registration of teachers and issuance of practice certificates is well crafted, as it prohibits any person from practicing as a teacher without registration and a valid practicing certificate, with penalties including imprisonment of up to 5 years, as page 13. The union views this provision as overly punitive and risks criminalizing teachers due to administrative or financial delays in the certificate renewal. We therefore recommend that this clause to be amended to remove custodial sentences and instead provide for administrative sanctions such as suspension of the license or a moderate fine. And we submit that a grace period of 12 to 24 months should be provided after enactment to allow compliance. The bill should include provisions for fee waivers or subsidized rates for unemployed, rural-based, or low-income teachers. Certainly, we propose that the imprisonment penalties be replaced with administrative sanctions. Thus, the Council shall ensure that no teacher shall be unduly penalized for failure to renew a practicing certificate where such failure is due to administrative delays or financial hardships, provided such teacher regularizes within a prescribed grace period. Part 4, licensure examinations and accreditation. The union observed that the bill over-empowers the Teaching Council of Zambia to introduce mandatory licensure examinations for all teachers in Zambia. Our position is that we commend the clause of licensure examinations when they are designed to enhance standards, although we submit that these should not be retrospective for teachers already in service. In-service teachers should be exempted and instead be assessed through continuing professional development, participation, and performance appraisals. Therefore, the union urges the Teaching Council of Zambia to consult stakeholders, including teachers, including teacher unions and universities, in the design of examination framework, where we submit that these examinations should be competence-based, inclusive, and non-discriminatory. Our proposed amendment is that the licensure examinations shall apply only to newly trained teachers graduating after the commencement of the Act, while in-service teachers shall meet continuing professional development requirements for license renewal. Practicing certificate renewal and fees. Current provisions allow the Teaching Council of Zambia to prescribe fees and renewal intervals at its discretion. Renewal cycles should be at least 3 years, not annually, to reduce administrative and financial burden to the teachers. Renewal fees should be set in consultation with the teacher unions and published through a statutory instrument. provision should be made for fee exemption for teachers in remote hardship schools. Such, we propose that the practicing certificate shall be renewed every 3 years, or such longer period as may be prescribed, and renewal fees shall be determined in consultation with the teacher unions and other stakeholders. Part 5, the disciplinary matters. The union observed that the bill vests disciplinary power in the council without clear appeal mechanisms. The union's position is that teachers must have the right to a fair hearing and appeal to an independent disciplinary committee. Therefore, the Zambia National Union of Teachers, ZANUT, recommends the inclusion of disciplinary appeals committee with representation from teacher unions. The union proposes the following amendment. A teacher aggrieved by any disciplinary decision of the council may appeal to a disciplinary appeals committee comprising one representative from the ministry, one from the teaching council, one from a recognized teacher union. On the continuing profession development, the bill makes CPD a condition for license renewal without addressing access and the cost. ZANUT fully supports CPD, but urges that CPD programs be state-funded, decentralized, and integrated into normal school schedules, and that CPD hours and evidence should be clearly defined and affordable. Rural school teachers must have equal access through online and cluster models, and as the union, we submit that the ministry shall ensure that adequate funding and logistic support is provided for CPD activities to ensure all teachers, regardless of location, to meet renewal requirements without incurring personal expenses. On continued policy suggestions and strategies, the union would like to continue to advance progressive policy suggestions and strategies aimed at strengthening the teaching profession bill to promote teachers' welfare, transparent regulatory processes, equitable registration, and licensing frameworks that are all intended to uphold our professional integrity through adopting a supportive regulatory model which focuses on empowering and not punishing teachers, ensuring affordability and equity, that introduces differential or subsidized license fees for low-income and rural teachers, institutional rights to a fair hearing. When we say exempting in-service teachers from retrospective exams, we are talking of limiting licensure exams to new entrants. Setting clear implementation timelines, that is, introduce a transitional period of at least 12 to 24 months after enactment. Undertaking periodic impact reviews. Parliament should mandate the Teaching Council of Zambia to present annual reports on implementation, access, and equity outcome. Integrating digital licensing systems, we're looking at modernized registration and renewal to reduce delays and corruption. Linking reforms to broader education quality goals, align professional standards with Zambia's education sector plan and sustainable development goal number 4. In conclusion, as Zambia National Union of Teachers, ZANUT, reiterates its support for the government's initiative to strengthen the teaching profession through the Teaching Profession Bill 14 of 2025. However, the Union strongly urges the Parliament to incorporate the above amendments to ensure that the bill remains teacher-centered, inclusive, equitable, upholding both professional integrity and labor justice. As ZANUT, the oldest and long-standing partner in the National Education Committee, to working with the Ministry of Education, the Teaching Council of Zambia, and Parliament in implementing the framework that will truly transform teaching into a dignified, empowered, and globally competitive sector. I submit.
Thank you very much. It's interesting. The teaching is it not dignified? It's a joke. Members of Parliament may now ask your questions. Yes, Honorable Mutu. You note the questions, then we can answer this, please.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This one is on item number to do with discipline. This is number what?
We was talking of punishment or something.
4.4. 4.4. Yeah, I observe that, yes, 4.4.
What page?
Which is on page 47.
Okay.
I observe that in your submission, you have not touched on the Teaching Service Commission. We are aware that the Teaching Service Commission as a man is the employer, and also that it dismisses teachers, meaning it disciplines teachers. So, how do you look at these two? The teaching service active with the disciplinary measures, teaching profession bill, which is active disciplinary measures, both running parallel in the same field or in the same ministry. So how do you relate these two? Thank you.
Another question?
Yeah, maybe on the renewal period, you have suggested that it should be 3 years. What could be the rationale? Why not 1 year, but you have suggested 3 years? I want to understand what is the rationale that you want to achieve.
Yes.
Chair, thank you. Firstly, I want to register my comfort with the submission of Zambia National Union of Teachers. There was an issue that had sustained concern about on the severity of the punishments that this statute suggests or intends to recommend. I'm grateful that you have taken issue with those and suggested that I should be replaced in the main with administrative penalties. Because most of the infractions that are contained in this statute are of an administrative nature. But I have trouble reconciling that position that you have given me with your understanding of what is actually Part 6, not Part 5, which deals with disciplinary matters from page 22 all the way. It gives a very elaborate procedure on how now you will be handling matters relating to discipline, starting from the how the disciplinary committee is going to be constituted, how procedure is going to be undertaken, including giving powers to the Chief Justice to prescribe on the procedural aspects of the disciplinary proceedings. My worry arises because you have suggested that you want to put an appeal procedure within the structure of the disciplinary process that is contemplated by the statute, and you specifically require that there should be an appeals committee that is made up of teachers, which is made up really of representatives from ministry, then another one from teaching council, and one from the recognized teachers union, which is part of where you come from. The difficulty I have to reconcile that with this elaborate is that you suggest a very simplified way and a very simplified constitution of an appeal body compared to what is proposed. If you look at section 41, it gives you the composition of a disciplinary committee with extensive powers, but also with the appointment procedure that suggests that you would have a legal practitioner, another legal practitioner, and then all these representatives, which is much more broader and I think much more sizable compared to what you're proposing as an appeals procedure. But even more importantly, if you look at section 44, section 30 actually, 44, section 44(5), it says the hearing of a disciplinary committee, which is what is constituted here, for purpose of chapter 11 of the Penal Code, is supposed to be deemed as judicial proceedings. So you are actually setting up a quasi-judicial body to handle disciplinary matters. How do you reconcile that by suggesting that if you want to appeal, rather than go to court, which is what is required under the law, you should go to a body that is so thinly proposed by yourselves compared to what is contained in the statute? I hope that question is very clear. Thank you, Chair.
I think you may answer now.
Thank you, Chair. On the issue of the Teaching Council of Zambia and the Teaching Service Commission, we have not talked of the Teaching Service Commission. We are looking at a bill which is leaning towards the Teaching Council of Zambia. The operations of the two is that the Teaching Service Commission is the employer. It employs these teachers. Then the Teaching Council of Zambia is a body that regulates.
But you didn't complete it.
Hello?
The Teaching Council employs and fires.
The Teaching Council,
yes.
The Teaching Service Commission is the employer and fires. It fires on recommendation from starting from the school level up to where the case until the case gets to Teaching Service Commission. Then those like who have made offenses vis-a-vis the issues of the Teaching Council of Zambia. The Teaching Council of Zambia will not fire, will not write a teacher. The Teaching Council of Zambia will recommend. Then the Teaching Service Commission is what will write to that teacher.
But that's not said in this here.
In the document.
Yes.
Now, I was addressing the question on the Teaching
but
Council.
as of now, currently, because you were saying you have not commented
on the Teaching Service.
On the overlap, yes.
Okay.
Because the other question to ask is, it looks like from here, the Teaching Council will also fire.
Yes.
The Teaching Commission will also fire.
So we'll have two.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking to say, now how do you handle the two?
From the school experiences, from school level, if someone has been employed by the Teaching Service Commission, the link between that teacher and Teaching Council of Zambia comes on the license itself. But the Teaching Service handles even other cases to do with discipline, where the Teaching Council of Zambia has restricted itself to practicing licenses. And we're talking about practicing licenses and issuing a renewal of licenses. But the Teaching Service Commission is not coming out to ask for the renewal of the teaching service, the license, or who is teaching.
So if we want to clarify here,
Yes.
I think I'm still so. There's a disciplinary committee that is set at the teaching council.
Yes.
What kind of discipline are we going to give, and up to what level? And then you have told us, we know from the commission, teaching commission, they employ and they fire. The discipline in their channel is very clear. You start from school, 3-man committee, you are tried, you go to DEBS, you go to provincial, the Teaching Service Commission comes, fires or returns you.
Yes.
So now I want to see the disciplinary committee that is set by the teaching council. What will be the purpose? And what kind of punishment is it going to give?
With permission from
You can put the mic on, yes.
the permission from the team leader, chair, the disciplinary committee which we are referring to at the teaching council is at the point where these smaller committees, before the case is delivered to the employer, there must be an opportunity to be heard by the teaching council. And we feel that if the complainant is not given this opportunity, then on their own as the teaching council, then it would be unfair. But there must be a committee where there must be that smaller representation, so that this teacher primarily...
That's what I've understood, sir.
Thank you.
That's between part of the procedure of handling the disciplinary case. My question is, when they have found you guilty, how far do they go? Because here they say, if you have N-what, you can appeal, you can go to court, which means they also fire you. The teaching service, the teaching service also fires you. So which one is which? That's what he was asking.
Okay, the Teaching Council of Zambia is there to regulate on the issue of the licenses. The role which it will again do is to register you as a teacher, and it ends there. It's just the registration.
Let me read section 38, disciplinary matters.
Page?
This is on page 22.
Okay.
Yes. Code of ethics.
Yes, yes.
Professional misconduct. You are seeing this. There are two things highlighted: code of ethics, professional misconduct. Are these different from the teaching service mode of discipline?
They are not different.
Thank you. So here it says, the teaching council shall develop and publish a code of ethics for teachers, which shall bind teachers regulated under this act. It does not, it's not giving you another provision. It's not talking of teaching service or any other. It will handle matters of discipline. If we go into Teaching Service Commission Act, again, it will read similar way. So this is where I am seeking clarification. There's the teaching fraternity will be manned by two institutions on disciplinary matters. The teaching service has employed the teacher who will be monitored by the teaching council. Now, the question now is, who is the final, which institution will finally dismiss this teacher upon this teacher found guilty of an offense? One hand you have teaching service with the same powers, the other hand you have teaching council with the same powers, equal powers. So this is where I want to know which power will be in authority to dismiss a teacher.
Very good
Thank
question.
you.
And then you said their job is just to give a license, it ends there. Here, it says on the, what are these? Yeah, on the functions of the council are 1. On number J, it says to promote and provide continuing professional development to teachers. I accredit continuing professional development programs, providers for teachers. So they are going beyond what you said, according to this act.
Yes. Thank you, Chair.
But you didn't comment on these aspects here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What we are saying here is the Teaching Service Commission and the Teaching Council of Zambia, they are nearly, as the Honorable has mentioned, say they are having same duties. But here we are saying the Teaching Service Commission is the employer. The Teaching Council of Zambia is just a body that regulates. It registers those that are found wanting. At the same time, the language should be the Teaching Council of Zambia in conjunction with the Teaching Service Commission. But as it has been observed, there are a lot of similarities in terms of functions, but there are different bodies. One is the Teaching Service Commission, one is the Teaching Council of Zambia. One is the employer, one is the regulator.
So yeah, just before we come to his question, there were cases where the Teaching Council withdraws a license.
Yes.
I mean, the Teaching Council, the commission, the person is still employed. There was no coordination between the two, and from the way you're talking now, we might end up having that. And that's why his question was very important. Who fires who? Now, I think on that one,
As that now,
you come
who fires
to
it is
yes. So we are saying you didn't actually. You are looking at your teachers, and you should look at this very seriously. You understand what I'm trying to
Yes.
say? Yes, it will come to haunt you. Yeah. Maybe we can come to his question now.
Maybe before that one, there is that one on the renewal of why we are taking 3 years. We are saying when you look at our teachers, some are in far-flung areas where they may have a lot of challenges in getting to even places where there will be a better services while registering. We have had the experience of teachers failing to register in 3 years by not going to the bank. It even went to the extent of some paying through their pay slips. So for us, we're looking at 1 year to be too short a period where this renewal can be done because of the rural hardships and financial challenges. So we are more comfortable with 3 years than annually.
Okay. He's not here, but you could comment on his.
Okay. Hello? Yeah. Can I proceed?
Yes,
Or
sir.
what? The other one where the Honorable was looking at the punitive measures, we are saying that us as a labor movement, we are looking at it to say once a teacher has offended, we are saying this aggrieved must be given a time where he or she can be heard regarding the case. And when we said one representative, we're looking at a situation where this representative is coming from the council, the other one we are saying from the Ministry of Education, then the other one is coming from a labor movement, from a union. so that we see to it that this teacher who was offended is given a fair atmosphere to exonerate himself or herself, unlike just making decisions where this one has been deregistered, this one has not renewed, has been fired, this one loses employment without the due process being taken.
Okay, I have questions for you now.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I have not commented. There are 8 charges that your teachers will face from this bill.
Yes.
Do you know them, and what are your comments? 8 charges that are there in this. You have not commented on that. And then, are you for the licensing exams looking at the number of teachers? And then if you are for the licensing exams, which you have agreed, because these exams, when I write, when a member writes, a teacher writes, and if he doesn't pass, he's failed.
Mhm.
So it means these exams must be authentic.
Mhm.
For instance, for those practical subjects like design technology, you can't just examine them on theory. You have to give them an opportunity to demonstrate. Are you with me here?
Yes.
There are subjects that are more practical, like art. It's got 15% theory and 85% practical. So, what are they going to manage to hold exams for all the teachers in Zambia, including student teachers? And then I would like you to comment on that, because if they're going to give these exams, they should be supervised, and how long will they take for the whole country? You know, teaching is not like these other professions. The teachers are men. Like in my constituents, roughly I can say, I have about maybe 2,000 teachers. There are 188 schools that I have. So now, you're talking of having exams for all these teachers. And some of them will require practical, because you can't just stop me on a theory exam when my subject also 85% is practical. So we have the health profession here that does that. They give an opportunity, they assess them, but there are very few. They assess them even on practical aspects. And they say they have 3 centers. But for teachers, for the whole country, a clinic can be manned by 2 people. A school is usually 9, 10. So I'm wondering why you are for these examinations. And then if you are for these examinations, why are you exempting those who are already in it? So the point I'm trying to say here is the number of teachers. You look at it, and I want to hear a fair comment. So some teachers will have to, let's say you give an exam and only 60% pass. It means 40% will have to be stopped. So the exam then must be authentic. Do they have the capacity, the teaching council, to do that? Do they have the manpower to do that?
Thank you. We are saying the teachers, as you have rightly observed, Chair, it is not workable for those that are saving. We are saying those that are saving should be exempted through CPD arrangements. And we are saying if these exams are to be done, those that are supposed to be done through CPD, we are saying it should be there to enhance standards. And at the same time, we are saying the design should involve the unions, involve also universities. Those that are saving, yes, there are those exams which were written years back, those like under the Teaching Service Commission, but these exams we are looking at and the numbers, it can't work. No wonder we are saying those who are saving should be exempted, and those who are joining, they are the ones who should be assessed at that time of entry.
Why not remove them completely?
The exams.
You are trying to save those you know.
No, we are saying CPD because CPD has been there, and we are supporting CPD because it sharpens.
CPD is continuing professional development.
Yes.
We're not talking about this one. I'm saying for you to have a license, you must sit in an exam. You know, medical doctors do that.
Yes.
Yeah, they do that, but there are few. So you'd find that license covers only in the country. I worked outside the country, and I saw some Zambian doctors who had already licensed in Zambia, sat there, and they were failed and told to come back. So this is a serious exam which will stop me. I've spent 4 years to study as a teacher, my degree. Then I come this this test, which is set by sometimes maybe incompetent people. Then they fail me to get my job after my father has been paying school fees, all this. Then I sit in the house again. So this exam must be authentic, must be able to assess really what I know. It must be complete. And that's what I'm saying to say, but why do you really need this exam to get a license?
Yes, we are saying those who are practicing teachers, those should be exempted from these exams.
But
If
assuming they are to be given.
they are to be given, they should be given.
You see, you're not
CPD.
getting my point. Here's a degree student
Yes.
who got a distinction
Yes.
from University of Zambia.
Yes.
Writes this test from teaching council and fails. And you stop him to practice.
From practicing. For those who are students and now they want to join the ministry, we have some teachers today who have spent 3-4 years on the streets, who need orientation once they join the system. So if we are to support examinations, we are saying we are supporting examinations which will be done by those who are seeking to join the system, because the exam will be designed not to fail them, but to assess if they can, if they are competent enough to get into the system. But those who are already in the system, those should not be touched. Those are already exhibiting and have exhibited and hence being in the system.
But you see, you're explaining what is not in the act here. You are explaining an ideal situation, not what is in the act. What is in the act is that the purpose of this exam, when I write, if I fail, there will be those who will pass. There will be those who will fail. Those who will fail will not be given licenses. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. So if I'm not given a license, it means I can't practice. So for me, I sometimes say, for me, really, my view is this examination, look at the capacity of the teaching council. The teaching council does not have the capacity in terms of man, in terms of us, even what. It should be there.
That's true.
I don't know. But you have submitted here in favor of, and what you are doing, you are protecting your members who are your members already now. Because you have a relationship with them and say, oh, these leave them alone. Why segregate?
Well spoken. When we looked at this, the way it has been coming, the issue of examinations, we looked at our members, and so it fit that these can be handled through CPD. Those who are not yet employed, it is also our interest and the interest of also the other stakeholders.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Are truly these exams necessary?
No.
In the aspect of teachers, are these examination, licensing exam necessary?
No.
Okay. Then how about on the 8 charges? I would like to hear a comment.
On the charges like those that are bordering on discipline, the fact is that we don't support indiscipline. No wonder we are saying on all the charges that may come, the way they are supposed to be handled, they should be handled following these situations where people are made to exonerate themselves, not where they are taken.
Let me ask my secretary, Mr. Chirimboy. Would you list the, do you have the charges that the teachers will go through? Maybe you can read them. Okay, no, it's fine. But I would have loved, because these charges are not on to do with the punishment. Even if you're not going for any disciplinary case, there are 8 charges that are there. That I'm saying, as you come here, you should have been able to say, no, these are okay to charge our teachers. Or are they too much?
Okay. What we are not for is...
They are listening now, we are on TV. Your teachers are listening that you are saying all these 8 are okay.
I'm saying those things like where I say late coming, substandard performance, those things we cannot support. When a teacher is found wanting like issues of substandard performance, we are not supporting. But what we are saying is the teacher should be made to behave, not where is just forcefully handled without being given the time to generate himself or herself.
Okay.
We are not supporting indiscipline. We are here to support the good parts of this code of ethics. For instance, we look at integrity, that has always been there. But if there are those that are found on the wrong side, that's what we are saying. Administrative measures should be taken. Administrative steps should be taken. Not these punitive measures where you're saying someone is registered there and then, no.
Okay. My chair, my vice chair, do you have any question? Okay. Honorable Sanga, do you have any question? Now, how much do you think would be the cost for this license? How much do you think should be in an ideal situation? And your teachers are hearing you.
In an ideal situation, what is there is too much. The ideal arrangement, I will propose the administrators where we were looking at 1,200, it even goes to 500. Those who are in the range of J, where they are paying 950, that can even go to 400. That is the ideal arrangement.
Could you after this also submit on the charges how you feel they should be to us,
On charges,
to our secretary on writing, just so that we have an idea.
please.
Yeah. And then those 8 charges I was talking about, you misunderstood them. They are not on punishment. You should go back on the view and look at them and comment as well.
On the 8 charges?
Yes, there are charges that are there. To write an exam, you pay. To do this, you pay. To do this, you pay. You are new, you wanted to.
We handle that one where we have talked about exemption.
Exemption is not removing. How about those who are not exempted? That's the whole thing.
No, we will submit.
Because you see, as a union, you shouldn't look at a customer you have. You should also look at those potential customers who come and join you. The ones you have, you are feeling pity with them, you say exempt them. But the ones who are coming, who are going to join you, you are saying, it's okay, any treatment. In fact, those who are already there are the ones who have more money than the new ones. So the new ones are the ones who are supposed to be exempted in terms of costs. Anyway, your last word.
I'll use correct terms.
Yes, please, your last comment before.
Thank you. Chair and the honorable members, we are grateful that we are given this opportunity.
Your mic, yeah, please.
The chair and the honorable members are saying we are grateful as Zambia National Union of Teachers to be partners, to have been accorded this atmosphere. And we're looking forward to working with you again. The only other thing that I may look at is the dates when we receive like this. We received on the 29th, then we are told to submit on the 31st. Just 2 days to organize ourselves. Maybe a week will help us to do a good job. If we are told to say today is the 10th, come and present the paper on the 14th or 15th. Now the 10th, then you present on the 12th, running away from the other camp.
Yeah, but when we're running the government, that's what happens. When the budget, when we finished here, they went at the weekend. The following day, sector meetings were there, and we expected them to present.
Okay.
So some failed. So I think we just have to
know
those
that
will
I
happen,
understand.
especially if we invite you for the sector budget. It is read on Friday. Monday we start. So you get it on Friday. Monday you should be
Monday
able
is
to sit
Friday.
and also submit. So
No, we are obliged.
yes, we are a wing that stretches you, but for better.
Please.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. And now that we've come to an end, I now remove Cap 12.